Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Veruca Cyn. I am a fashion mystic and I'm here to provide you magical clothing as well as spiritual deep insights to help you, empower you to live your best life. Goes to my Cynners. Today, we are going to talk about a subject that has been near and dear to my heart for the longest time. Do you happen to be a mystic like me? Tarot reader, spiritualist, Reiki master, healer, lightworker, starseed? If you identify with any of these roles, or spiritual practitioner, occultist, whatever you practice, this message is for you. This reading is for you. I have been wanting to do a reading that is inspired with the subject of shamans and mystics through the history of humanity. A lot of TV shows I like to watch are inspired about mysticism, or the theme is always about a shaman and somebody who has a special ability, or somebody who needs someone with a special ability to guide them through life. And the person who's always the shaman or the mystic is always seen as an outcast, somebody who is like the foreboder of like bad news. And so along with that stereotype, there's also this archetype that a lot of shamans and mystics have been betrayed and hurt in their past for doing good deeds. The people they have helped and influenced so much actually turn on them or blame them, and the shaman and mystic always ends up feeling betrayed by their own people or the people they love so much. Now, I'll have you know, I haven't done any research on historical aspects of how factually true it is that there are a lot of shamans and mystics that were betrayed. I guess there is. Duh! Thank you, Spirit. How did I forget? Witches. Right? Modern day witch hunt is still a thing. Witches are seen as horrible. They were burned at the stake. They were shamans and mystics, medicine women, healers, and they were not treated well. They were seen as people who had bad intentions or evil. And I feel like all throughout the century in history in different cultures and countries, I am pretty sure the same thing goes on, where these shamans and mystics are killed and tortured or even framed to be the person who was the bearer of bad news. And because of that, there is this really, really deep-seated dark karma within mystics and healers, which contradicts and conflicts with our opposition of how strong and how much we love humanity in the collective and our need and desire to help it. It's like being burned by the one you love, biting the hand that feeds. And there's that karma there. And a lot of people who are healers are wounded healers, meaning they heal from the place they feel is the trigger point in their wound. And their wound is an ongoing thing where they're healing, but it's never fully healed. And so they carry that pain, and that pain is what drives them to continue helping the world. There's a lot of us out there like that. I'm less and less like that every day, and I identify less and less as that as I continue to heal and evolve. I no longer feel like there's a codependency for me to help others with the same pain the same way. Now I have a gratitude and a desire and passion to help others, not from a place of pain, but from a place of empowerment and a place of love. And it's different, but that's beside the point. The point is, we have a karma as healers and spiritual practitioners all across the board where we weren't seen or respected at some lifetime, one of our many lifetimes of our timeline, and that's carried over and is in our DNA and our bloodline to this day. I think it would be great to help heal you healers moving forward so you can ascend to the next level that you're meant to be. Not that you aren't where you're meant to be now. I'm obviously saying this for a reason. Everything is in divine timing. So if you see this message now, that just means now is the time where you unlock this karmic relationship you have with yourself as the dynamic, with your relationship as being a healer, practitioner, occultist, witch, shaman, list goes on, and your need to help and your need to uplift the collective or to help people in need, to unlock that karmic connection to see what next level we can ascend to. That was a long ass intro, but if you're here, you're my ride or die, you're the one who's truly meant to hear this. You were truly the one who understands and took the time to hear that whole thing, because I know you know. IFYKYK hashtag. So let's go pull cards. I feel called to get the Osho Zen deck and pair it with the Astrology Cosmos tarot deck. Okay. By the way, if you like my makeup, you want to learn more about it, you see the progress, I made a get ready with me video that you can watch after this. It'll be in the descriptions box section. You can watch me do my makeup while I talk more about aspects I learned about life and spirituality and whatnot. Here's the Osho Zen, and we have the Light Gray Art Lab Cosmos Tarot. Disclaimer, nothing is written in stone. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it, don't fret about it, just let it slide by you. It might resonate with you at a later time. If not, there's other Pick a Cards readings on my channel that you can check out. And when you hear something, if you don't agree with it, you're always welcome to have free will to change what you don't like. And if it doesn't resonate with you, don't feel obligated to make it fit, okay? With that being said, there are 2 piles in front of you. Take your time to select. You can pause the video and choose now. And when you're ready, I will go on to the first pile. There's going to be links in the description box down below for you to choose which pile you want to listen to. Alright, let's go to pile 1. What is the karmic lesson that we can learn, and how can we break this karmic tie for pile 1 with our dynamic of their karma as a shaman, mystic, healer, light worker, Reiki master, occultist, which their title of the past and how they were wronged by people in history. How can they close this chapter and ascend to the next level of their spiritual journey and release this karmic tie of their relationship as being a healer and all the hardships that happened to them in the past for being persecuted for going on this path? Okay. How can pile 1 release their karma? How can we break the generational curse when it comes to this? New vision. I'll take pictures of it. Experiencing and turning in. Wow, this is totally a reading for mystics and healers and so 10,000 other hashtags here, because these cards are so spiritual. They're such a mindful practice too. Control every day of my life. Invulnerable. I see, that's what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to use Osho Zen deck and astrology in tandem with each other. So 3 cards came up for the Osho pile 1. I'm gonna choose 3 more from the astrology deck for pile 1. Okay, 1 more. Okay, pile 1. Let's help you break through this. You're gonna ask why am I making this sound. Jackson Wang is playing on my playlist. LMLY, Let Me Love You, is playing, and I'm like, do I want to change it? And I realized, nope, the song is actually sending a message for you guys, pile 1. You shamans, mystics, healers, blah, 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 all the other titles, had fallen in love with someone you weren't allowed to have because it was not your role. You had to vow to be single for the rest of your life. You were married to the universe. You were married to your craft, married to your role. And because of that, you have this unfinished part in this lifetime to be with the one you love. That energy has never played out. So if you haven't already, you should let yourself go and date. I'm being led to say that the more you date, the more closer you'll be coming to your soulmate, or the energetic tie that's very similar to the same dynamic that you had in one of your many past lives. The one, I don't know which one, it could have been number 3,565 lifetimes ago. Okay, it could be one of those many. I'm just going to say one of them, okay, just one. In one of your lifetimes, you found love and couldn't carry through with that love. And now you have this, you're a secret romantic. I'm hearing secret romantic. You should allow yourself to date and get that out of your system. Get that out of your bloodline. Allow yourself to fall in love. Allow yourself to like people. And don't have any conditions about where it would go, where it would lead, or if it will lead to commitment or anything like that. Because you didn't, I don't even feel like that's even a pressure for you, pile 1, because let alone falling in love, You never even had the chance to understand where it would go after that. To experience the dynamics of heartbreaks, to experience the dynamic of freedom, of choosing to be with the one you want. That is what you want to live out and play out. Do that as many times as you want this lifetime. Go join dating apps, meet in public places, be safe, street smart, you know the deal. Don't talk to somebody who seems pushy, but talk to those ones who are right, respectful and nice, and live out your unlived romantic life. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of the whole thing now before I forget. The song from Queen Irby, Mad Queen, is playing. You need to live out your demands, your desires. Let yourself be free this lifetime to experience life. Turn in and tune into your own inner desires and voice. Ignore the voices and judgment external to you. Those are the voices of your past. And the people who were trying to force you into this path of you can't be in love, you can't marry because this is not like your birthright. You're like an awakened one, you're chosen one, and you have to be living this holy life, I'm hearing. Or this pure life. Push those away. That's karmic dynamic within itself. Those people were projecting onto you. This is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it because I'm channeling it. Those people who pressured you into playing this role of being this ideal idol for them is because it alleviates their guilt for living the life of a sinner. They think it's a sinner. That's why I call myself a sinner, because I'm being ironic. We're all innocent. We're all pure at heart. We're all children. We were all once children. We're all innocent. We grow up and we learn and we make mistakes, but we're always innocent. We're always trying our best. We fall into corruption because we're naive. We don't know any better. Or we're ruled by fear because we don't know any better. We always don't know better for something. That's why we're always God's children, I'm hearing. God as in universe, oneness, whole, almighty, everything, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-being. These people guilt tripped you, like, you gotta be like this, you gotta act holy, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't dress like this, you can't dress like that, you can't talk like this, you could talk like that. So you would fit into the mold, so somebody is gonna take the sacrifice. Ooh, I'm hearing sacrificial lamb. Somebody has to walk that walk. It's like someone had to take the fall so that everyone else could be forgiven. Wow, that's very Christ-like. I understand. Because we're all Christ-like. We're all Christ-like. Especially us that walk down this line and want to help others. We embody Christ-like behavior. Wow, this is a deep reading. These people are guilting you. That's why they're pressuring you to be this person, play this role. Because if you don't do it, they'll feel worse off as people. So you're like the scapegoat. You're the scapegoat. Pile one. That's why you need to ignore those voices and go with it and allow yourself to feel, breathe, smell, touch, taste. Everything. Everything and anything. Of course, with safety. If you're not trying to get knocked up, use protection. And other stuff like that, be responsible. But aside from that, live your life. Live your life. Hey. Who's that song? I'm gonna hear it now because that song's coming out. So live your life. Hey. Rihanna, Live Your Life, featuring T.I. This was 14 years ago. That's the song that's coming for you. Allow yourself to rebirth into the person you really want to become. If there's anybody around you now that is discouraging for you to behave this way because they're more on the conservative side, friend, family, it doesn't matter. Those people, okay? They're all a reflection of your past energy being this way. Some of them could even be reincarnated voices into this lifetime. The crowd, the peanut gallery, some of them are still currently in your life. And they're still saying those things to continue to keep you oppressed. Because why? I'm hearing it because it's for you. It's a lesson, an opportunity for you to learn to free yourself from the clutches of their illusions, because you are so good at empowering others to free themselves from the clutches of their own illusions that you fell prey into their illusions of thinking because it was about you, so you took it to heart, and because of that you fell into their illusion of how you should be and the reality of how you should be, the truth of who you are. So live your life, break free from that illusion. empower yourself to step into your truth and do what's right for you. Because after all, you know better than anyone else. Why do you think the peanut gallery came to you in the first place to even ask for help? It's because you knew. You know shit that they don't. So of course you're gonna know shit about yourself that they don't. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? Jupiter, conversation, persuasion, charisma. Mercury, business, sales, promises. Pisces, astronus, valence, aid, protection, or retreat, cowardice. Yeah, this is where I got the message of how I felt like you had to do business as usual. You had to follow your role and obligation as in this lifetime or all past lifetimes, and you couldn't live a human life. Maybe pull a bit more cards. How fitting. Look, the Lovers came out. I did say you to go date. I did tell you to go date to your heart's content. Have fun. Try poly. Try, what is it? Polyamorous relationships. Go try same-sex relationship. Try opposite-sex relationship. Having open relationship. No relationship. Try them all. Get it out of your system. Look at this. Participation. That's so funny. And I literally just said that. Participate in everything. Get a gold star for participation. Oh, look at this. No thingness and maturity. Yes. If you allow yourself to go through all the cycles and all the seasons and all the flavors of what the life and the world can offer to you, you will be able to spiritually mature. Because you will no longer lack a connection or understanding about what aspect of humanity stands for, because you would have allowed yourself to be as human as possible, right? It's like, how are you gonna say you know something you never tried it before? How you know you're gonna like it if you never even tasted it? You don't really know. You'll try to pretend like you know, or imagine that what it's like, but still not the same thing. You can't say, oh, I know what it takes to be a mother, even though I've never been a mother. Maybe, yeah, from past lives, but you still haven't tried it. See? Past life, because that meant still at some point in your energy, in your timeline, you experienced it. But when it came to sexual relationships, romantic relationships, human relationships, aside from friendships, never. You never. In all your timelines, you never. That's the missing piece to you ascending, is to allow yourself to date and have relationships and understand the flaws and beauties of human connection. That's what you're missing in your spiritual growth. That's so funny and very cool. That's beautiful, Pile One. I really wish you nothing but happiness, and to go do that. Go and live your best life. Live your best human life. Go make mistakes. Go break hearts. Go have your heart broken. Go taste the bitter sweetness of love, the nectar of love, and understand on a deeper level the spectrums of human emotions and what it means to desire something or to disdain something or to detest something. Maybe both. And then you truly be the proper healer that you always aspired to become. Not that you weren't a proper healer before, but you'll be a much more full circle, full-rounded, well-rounded healer, a well-rounded individual, let alone healer. Yeah. Every cycle has to close. If the cycle opens, it has to carry on to complete cycle. A cycle always has to complete. It's not a cycle if it doesn't complete. Rebirth. Does a child come out of a lion? That's fun. That's exciting. That's very exciting. I like that for you. Any messages? Okay. They're telling me to pull a card from the Angelarium deck. Oh, that's why it didn't hurt, because it had pigtails on. Angel of New Life. Sandalphon. Oh my goodness. Everything's about rebirth and new life, new vision, new everything. I can't make this shit up, man. Let's read what this means for you. When the time is right, the twin angel will return. Sandalphon was the first, and now we follow it forward along the shoreline and into the water. Sandalphon's footsteps brings with it great fear, but also awe and hope. With each step, we move closer to the conclusion and a new beginning. What did I say about cycles closing? And you're always at the beginning, but you never closed it. You need to go to the ending now. Embrace this new epoch. What has come has already passed. What will be is still a dream. Sandalphon flows through it all. When a new era emerges, the blood of the twin angel brings fertility to everything it touches. Angelarium too was formed this way. so too will the next world, born in the wake of Sandalphon, a wheel within a wheel, a child, a spiral. Yes, yes, that's what's going to happen. When you allow the cycle that you started many, many, many aeons ago close this lifetime, you're going to give birth to a new lifeline, a new, I hear karmic, but in a different type of karmic, you know what I mean? It's not like a heavier karmic, it's like a new level of, higher level, ascended karmic of stage of growth, ascension into your next mission, into deeper awareness now, because all those awareness before this lifetime and backwards, going backwards, were about others. Now this lifetime here, moving forward, is about you. So excited, my camera turned off. Yeah, so the past was about others, but now the present moving forward is about you. This is so exciting. What does it look like for you to ascend moving forward? We know what it looks like when you are focused in the past about others. Let's look what it looks like. Let's look what it looks like. Let's see and have a look on what your ascended future looks like. What your reality looks like moving forward. That sounds so beautiful. Telescopium, reticulum, bigger picture, observation, big picture, discovery, risk to structure, stress, potential damage. When you zoom out, you see the picture, you can avoid so many more things. See that Titanic boat? Avoid the iceberg because they can see from hawk's eye view. When you let go of your shadows and your karmic ties, which is the birds, you're gonna step into who you truly are, the vastness of you. This sounds so abstract, but I feel like you'll get it. You would get it, because this reading ain't for the faint of heart, and it ain't for some regular schmegular 3D reality game simulator, you know? This is about the 5D. This reading is a 5D conversation. You gotta get with it, and if you know, you know, because that means it's time for you to hear it. You know what I mean? Jillimy? Comet, a sign of fate, harbinger of change. Yeah, see, look, the peanut gallery, which is the monkey, and the monkey mind is trying to hold you back from leaving this house of karma, the house of all those who house their sins, so for you to bear the burden of their sins. It's time to release all that and free yourself. Have you ever seen the movie called The House of a Thousand Corpses? Maybe that's not a good movie example because, spoiler alert, no one gets out alive there. So I guess it's meant to remind you, like, you can get out alive, but don't think like House of a Thousand Corpses, because it's not like that. You can escape. And it ain't like Hotel California either. You can escape. Through God's help, through your ancestors' help, through the help of the divine and the oneness, you will have help. You will get out. Budding talent, person in training. See? It's just a matter of time. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. You couldn't see the door before because you weren't ready to make the door, my dear. You weren't ready to make the door. It wasn't for you to wait for a key to open the door, and you wasn't waiting for the door to appear. You had to create the door. You had to Kool-Aid style through the wall and make your own entrance, exit, or whatever. Yeah. Instead of waiting for an opportunity to come, step into action. Instead of being in a place of victimhood or feel like being the victim of circumstances, step into leadership. Take initiative, because the world needs you. The world is waiting for you to be who they need you to be. What goes around comes around. The cycle is happening again. So those peanut galleries wanted you to be a certain way, but now a new aspect of a different peanut gallery wants you to be another way. That way before, the peanut gallery was the shadow peanut gallery. They wanted you to be who they wanted you to be for them. But this is not the shadow peanut gallery. This is the light side of the peanut gallery, yin yang. The light side of the peanut gallery wants you to be you for them, so that they can be themselves more for themselves. Because the shadow peanut gallery, they needed you to be the scapegoat so that they felt okay to be who they were. So they didn't feel bad that they were doing anything wrong, that they didn't feel like they were sinning. So they needed you to be the saint. But now it's reversed. There's a whole bunch of saints that want you to be, or a whole bunch of sinners who want you to be a sinner too. So they know that it's okay to be a sinner. Because all sinners are saints. And all saints are sinners. Yin yang. This is a freaking controversial, spicy reading and a half, but this is what I'm channeling, okay? It is what it is, what it is, what it is. Nobody's perfect, right? Humanity isn't perfect. We come with mistakes and flaws and all, but it's part of learning. It's part of growing. It's part of self-awareness. This reading is really cool. I like it. Yeah, so instead of feeling shame in who they are and needing you to do what's right so that they can feel like they can continue justifying their actions, they're going to own what they do and feel proud of it, and they want you to be proud of who you are to reinforce and inspire for them so that they can be proud of who they are, to enable them in a positive way rather than being the scapegoat. See, it's interesting, right? Because both sides are still sinners. But one side acknowledges their shadows and integrates it and heals it and allows for a full expression to take place so the cycle can finish and close. Whereas the other denies half of itself, and so therefore is always defragmented and split, and the cycle is never ended, which is why it becomes a karmic thing. It repeats and it becomes a cycle in itself, ever perpetually orbiting until that cycle finally can finish. As above, so below. Well, there's a beginning, there's an end. Okay, now I feel like pulling a deck from the Year 2 card and see what their final messages are. Messages for helping them break their karmic generational curse. 2 cards flow. Angel of Truth. I love this. Fanuel, Angel of Truth. And Angel of Leo, Virtual. Oh my god. Angel of Truth, Fanuel. This most patient attendant will wait for your arrival. Fanuel has been here long before you arrived, standing in the gateway to the throne. You may not have seen it. You may have not heard it, but Fanuel waited there for you to wrap you in its warm cloak. Seek it and you shall find it. Yes, the truth is welcoming you home. The truth is waiting for you to take a seat on the throne of truth, waiting for you to embody your high priestess energy, your empress energy, to sit on your throne and embody the truth of who you are. Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. Angel of Leo, Virtual. As adversity washes against us, we rise with those waves. Each moment in our lives where we are challenged by the world, we challenge it back. To be bold and in control is the nature of Virtual, the ruler. Yeah, because if you sit on your throne, what are you going to do? You're going to rule. If you sit on this throne of truth, what are you going to rule? Yourself. You're going to rule your higher self, your true purpose, your higher aligned purpose. To be bold and in control is the nature of Virtual, the ruler. This sign brings with it the courage to bring shining light into a world that struggles against the darkness. Yes, when you step into your truth, you step into your light. You're finally integrating the light of who you are. That's why there's a picture of him holding this big torch. You're integrating the light. You're inner Leo, the sun. You're embodying the light back into you. You're no longer giving it outside, casting a shadow upon yourself, which is why you had to be the burden of everyone's shadow. You became the shadow as everyone was given the dark. Given the light. You became the dark because you were shining all your light to everyone else but yourself. Now it's time for you to shine it back. You're going from the moon to the sun, right? You are shining all the light onto earth, and you're the moon. You get the indirect light from the sun, which is the indirect results and gratitude from the people you have given your love and your light and your kindness to over those many lifetimes. Now you shine it back on yourself and you can grow. You become the sun. And then allow others to depend on you. Allow others to orbit around you this time. You don't orbit around others. This is very much giving me like Aries North Node vibes. I'm learning about astrology. I don't know everything, but I know North Node is your life purpose. Yeah, and your life purpose is very Aries like this lifetime, and that's exciting for you. Yeah, I hope you found this reading useful. Pile 1. My beautiful mystic shamans, witch, occultists, wizards, spiritual practitioners, Reiki master. If you would like a reading with me, personal one-on-one, with some guidance, or to talk more, have someone to talk about these things, you're welcome to book a reading with me at www.verucacyn.com, or you can check out my shop and see what I'm selling, my clothing designs or other creations I'll be having in store. That being said, I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me today and giving me the chance to read for you. If you're interested in going to Pile 2, you're more than welcome to follow along. If not, please check out my other videos down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Palitude. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but ow, my skin is ugly. Okay, what spiritual curse is it that you need to release yourself from this lifetime? Wow. So we got mortality or morality, the lovers, patience, and silence. I feel like you're the complete opposite of Pile 1. I'm hearing that this lifetime your goal is abstinence and to space away from humanity and the collective, and to be more of a lone wolf. That's a very bold statement. Hold on, let me find out. I'm like thinking to myself, why does it have to be so opposite? But then I hear there is balance to the bigger picture. Right now it seems polarizing, but it's only polarizing because it needs to be brought into balance to all the other things you've done in your many past lifetimes. I'm gonna listen to Moon on the Water by Beck. That's what I feel called to listen to. Maybe there's lyrics there for you. Oh my god, in silence. There's a picture of the moon. One fine day. It's an anime, by the way. Patience. She's like pregnant. And then the lovers. And then you got morality. I'm hearing on all the past lives you never listened to anybody. You listened to yourself and you broke all the rules and people's projections and shadows and well wishes. You just pushed them all and you only did what you wanted. And because of that, it created a shadow in the collective, because the collective felt ignored and unseen by you. And why is there such an emphasis on you, them needing to be seen by you? It's because you're the healer, you're the medicine woman, you're the person with the special ability, you were the one that was able to help them. That's why they needed you. They wanted to rely on you, and they cared about you, and they wanted the best for you, and they were trying to tell you to be more conservative and this and that, and to be more holy and clean, and to be pure, and to don't sin, don't be a sinner. And you push them all away, and although their wishes, both shadow and light reasons, like good ones that are well intentioned for you because they love you, and some of them were jealous of you, they're trying to project you and use you as a scapegoat, all of those were dismissed. And because it was dismissed, they felt ignored by you, and that created itself a deeper shadow, and it created a rift between you and the collective that you so much want to help. It's like, how can you help those you refuse to understand or even listen to? Are you really truly seeing them for the pain that they're experiencing, or are you only helping their pain because you feel like it makes you feel good? Whoa, spiritual narcissism is in line here with this message. Now, I'm not saying you're spiritual narcissistic, but there might be some spiritual narcissistic tendencies in your bloodline, in your path of what you've done in the past, because you used people. This is some karmic stuff, okay? So don't get offended. I'm just telling you, okay? This is a deep shadow work in a 5D conversation. If you can't handle this, it's not meant for you, okay? If you're here and you're listening, you're still sitting here after I'm saying all these triggering words, you're ready. You're ready. It's your divine time and your calling, okay? You need to face the shadow that many times in your past you used the light to help others in return for the exchange of validation, to feel your spiritual ego and your spiritual importance and your individual significance. But you actually weren't wanting to help them for the sake of helping them and to benefit the collective, so the collective could be good. You wanted to do it so that you would find value and worth and significance within yourself, because you felt so much lack of significance within yourself. The one person that really needed to be seen was you. And it didn't matter how many other people saw you if you couldn't see yourself. And how did you get there in the first place? It's because it tied back with pile number 1. You were so much like pile 1 that you became a black hole, so to speak. You caved in on yourself, and you just needed to take. You needed to take so much. You became someone who exhibited spiritual narcissistic tendencies where you were using other people to look better, to see, look how much of a saint I am, look how much goodness I'm doing, but you're ignoring them, you're helping them in a way you think is better, rather than hearing what it is that they're really going through to help them what is best for them. You're like, yeah, my way is better, because you were so hurt in the past, nobody listened to your way. So now you're asserting your way to the point where you don't listen to people's spiritual pains. You project onto other people what you think is right or wrong. And it further complicates their karma, which in turn complicates your karma, because we're all one and we're all connected. And those we cross paths with, we either leave with a positive, beneficial way of letting them ascend, or we help them indirectly descend. And when you help other people, when you descend other people, you also descend yourself. Because as above, so below, as within, so without. You can't poison your enemies without first poisoning yourself. And that's what's happening here. Wow. Okay, that was the Osho Zen. So now they want me to pull from the astrology deck. I was a fool. Should have let myself to go. Even though I feel the end. See, that's singing about how some things, you know, you had a gut feeling you should have listened to, or you should let go, but you ignored yourself, you denied yourself, and it caused more issues. Your inner truth is showing out. So what is this? Tell me more messages for Pal too, please. How they can break their generational spiritual curse. Wormhole, serendipitous meeting, shortcut, secret link. Pluto, finality, transition, distance, separation. Calum, tool of creation, refinement, configuration. Hercules, great effort, trial. Orion, skill, arrogance, vanity. There. What a fool, I don't know about tomorrow. What it's like to be. Okay, let me channel this. So because you did what you thought was right, and you helped people in a way you thought was best, you, without realizing, kind of fell into your ego. And so your spiritual practices were more ego-driven and more focused on the 3D material plane than it was on the ethereal, spiritual, higher plane. It was spiritual work to help, I hear sustenance for the ego. You were feeding the ego because your ego was starving, and you recognize it in others, so you fed people's egos, but it left you spiritually hungry. So now you have to feed your spiritual hunger and ignore your ego, because your ego is overinflated now. It's overfed. You have to nip it at the bud now. Meditate. Your guides are asking you to meditate. Go within. Speak with them. Find what it is that they need you to focus on. They want you to reconnect with them again and to listen to them. They are the peanut gallery. They are the peanut gallery you ignored. Yeah. So you were listening to your desires and your ego. You were faithful to that because it was so ignored in the past that now you're facing you were feeding your ego and your desires and your fears and your lust and your human side so much. Now it's time to return to your spiritual side and feed your spirituality and listen to your ancestors and your spirit guides of what's best for your higher being. Your lower being was so ignored that you had to go tend to it, and now it's time to tend to your higher self. This is beautiful. Tool creation, refinement, configuration. Let's pull more cards. Oh, they don't want me to pull any more from this. Okay, I'm gonna pull from the Angelarium. I'm gonna use year 1 Angelarium art cards. Oh, my face is a little itchy. Ooh, itchy, 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 itchy. I'm listening to Elena Baraz now. I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking the wrong motherfucker. Just cause we're in love doesn't mean that we're right for each other. Right there. Asking you to. You need to stop settling for less, I'm hearing. Stop settling for less and ask who can deliver more. Your spirit guides and your ancestors are those who can deliver more, because they can transcend. They can transcend and feed you beyond your ego. Ah, that's so beautiful and deep. We got Emanation of Life, Yesod. We have Istibus, Angel of Divination, and Gadriel, Divination. Of course, then we need to connect with them, right? Gadriel, Angel of War. Okay, I'm going to take a picture before I channel and read the back for you. Asking for too much. Emanation of Life, Yesod. Foundation, the bedrock beneath existence. The fertile soil impregnated by moonlight. Light dances atop the earth. Where it touches, cinder soft turf is upturned and exposes this planet to the Sephiroth. At midnight, a precious conversation takes place between Malkuth and Yesod under the gaze of a hooded moon, and we are the words. Our story continues to scrawl itself across the world forever. Angel of Divination, Estibus. We ground leaves from the white vine with flowers from the cliff and slipped it into our blood, asking of the skies if the rains would come. Fire moves at sea. Well, that's abstract. Let me read that again. I think tea when we think ground leaves from the white wine. Like, I'm even thinking of like tea divination, tea leaf reading, with flowers from the cliff, flower petal reading, and slipped it into our blood, asking of the skies if the rains would come. Well, if you ask the sky if the rain would come, eventually what goes around comes around, right? How does rain work? It cycles up into humidity, into the clouds, and when the clouds become heavy enough with the condensation of water, it drops back down and returns back to earth. So it's inevitable. So you're asking for something that's gonna be inevitable. It's bound to happen. You're bound to return home. You're bound to return to your higher self. After attending to your lower self, now attend to your higher self. After listening to yourself, eventually you're gonna listen to others. Not that you'll give away your power, but rather you'll use discernment to consider other people's perspective to help expand your current perspective. Fire moves at sea. Well, fire and water are polar opposite elements, right? But if fire is moving at sea, I'm thinking about the fire that's like staying on top of water, like maybe gasoline. That's a nice balance of yin and yang, no? Yeah, because you were so much of the yang, right? So much of the yang. It was an imbalance, so much of the action, so much in the ego, so much of the into the body, of the desires, of the vessel, and not enough underneath the subconscious and the unseen and the emotions and the intrinsic wisdom and value that we can all embody within our intellect and in our character archetypes and in our discipline, and which in turn defines our character. And of course, divination, they want you to connect with them. Your guides and your ancestors want you to connect with them to find the next move. I don't know why I'm hearing bust a move, like the video game. Yeah, tea leaf reading, flower petal divination, that might be your thing. Angel of War, Gadriel. Upon the hill we saw a figure wreathed in red. With smoke around it rising, it sang to the newly dead. Do not give what cannot be taken. Its mouth did not move. There is no country for us and no fruit within this grove. Do not give what cannot be taken. Well, when I think do not give what cannot be taken, I'm thinking, for some reason, I'm thinking, do not give what cannot be taken to the grave. Because this is about welcome to the newly dead, right? Singing to the newly dead. When you're awake and you're alive in this waking life, you have all your material abundance and your your material gain, your social status, your physical vessel, and all the material belongings and financial belongings, right? You have all of those around you. And you can accumulate as much as you can, as much as you would like this lifetime. But when you die, you won't take that with you. But what can you take with you? Intrinsic value, spiritual growth, spiritual wisdom, soul expansion. You can take that with you infinitely. That transcends the physical. It's part of you. It integrates into your DNA, into your being. And the more spiritually abundant you become, that energy carries over to the next lifetime and the next lifetime and the next lifetime. Materially, I think it only carries over 3 generations. This is so funny. I don't know, that quote is something and something is temporary. Is it beauty is temporary? Something is eternal? Wisdom is eternal? I'm going to have to find out that quote. It's just, I've never heard of that quote directly anyways. I don't actively think about it. but like those words came like something is ephemeral, ethereal, ephemeral. Ephemeral, that word is coming to me. Ephemeral. Let me find out what ephemeral means. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Yeah, your physical abundance is ephemeral. I can't say the word. Your ancestors and my ancestors are laughing at me because I can't pronounce it. Yeah, I feel called to say to you, pal, too, if you would like to have spiritual coaching or spiritual reading from me, feel free to book a reading with me or even send me an email. I'm going to start establishing a private coaching, like a 6-week course or something, where it's one-on-one. It's going to be a much different pricing, of course. It's going to be a coaching pricing, but I feel like it's time, and I'm called to tell you that, to invite you to contact me for that. I don't know what's going on. I'm hearing a lot of thumping and a construction work. So maybe you're going under a lot of work. You're going through a lot of deconstruction. If you want to explore and develop your spiritual growth and your spiritual wisdom, I'm the woman for you. Come visit me. Come check out my website, www.verucacyn.com, and send me an email. Reach out to me. Let me know if you're interested and you have the budget. I can be your one-on-one coach. I got some interview questions for you to screen you. See if we're compatible, right? Okay, so the last card I pulled out is called Hesed, emanation of empathy. The right hand of Ein Sof, the embrace that brings all things together, a guiding light towards peace. Oh, that's a beautiful confirmation. Yeah, you're walking towards peace, towards inner peace. You're gonna step towards inner peace the moment you start embracing your higher self and your inner self, and surrendering your ego and your material desires, and understand that you have met that requirement this lifetime. I feel like you're very materially successful, Paltu. But now it's time for you to be spiritually successful, to be spiritually abundant. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm going from being spiritually abundant, and I'm learning to become material abundant, to allow that manifest on the physical world. You're allowing the physical world to manifest into your internal world. We're both seeking the opposite. So yeah, hey, slide in my DMs, send me a message, okay? I think that is all the messages for you today, Pile 2. That was a very beautiful explanation about your karmic life video. You can check out more videos of mine over here, or book a reading, or check out my website, Clothes I Sell. I keep saying that so many times to you, Pile 2. You must contact me, okay? Only if you feel resonates. If you feel called to, this is your message. Literally, your ancestors are like, yo, call and send. Get started on your boot camp. So I'm hearing. Oh my god. Thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy and reading for you, and I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye! This is too creepy like this. TBH. Ow. Let's fall asleep.